All right, what up, mother frickers or dope heads? Still undecided. I've got Christian, who you guys should know from episode 2, Christmas with Christian, or Christian's Christmas. I can't remember. It was cool though. I remember
number
that.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. And this is his lovely wife, Christiana.
Hello.
And these cuties used to work at Disneyland. We're going to be getting into some of that today. Earlier, we talked about this. She knew she was coming on. She prepared. So she's going to, which she does all the time. She helped me. If any of you guys have seen the short films I made in school, costumes and all of that, Christiana kind of took all that and like ran with it and made it super elaborate, super cute. And that's what she does with everything. She makes everything cute. Like Christian.
Cute monsters and cute dead guys.
I saw pictures
Adorable.
of them like when they were younger in high school and stuff. And Christian looked like you remember if you've seen this cartoon Scooby Doo, Shaggy.
Yeah, with a little bit of Jesus sprinkled in.
Yeah. And then
Now
and
look
Christiana, yeah, she transformed him into this bearded Ryan Gosling you see before you.
What do you want?
Anyway, Christiana, how'd you become a Disneyette?
So in 2010, little baby me applied to be in the Disney College program, which is a kind of like an internship for Disney. So you get to work there and they teach classes like mostly business and like marketing, things like that. And then you get paid and you get to work at Disney as part of your resume. So I applied to be on that and I got in. But during my interview...
What do you say we interview you?
Which is interesting. They call you. It's a phone interview. And the lady was talking to me, and then she cut out. And I was like, uh-oh, was I doing that poorly? Like, she just hung up. And then she called me right back. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. There's a hurricane right now. So I'm just, if I lose you again, I'll call back. And I was like...
So she must have been in Florida.
She was in Florida during a hurricane with my interview.
That's fire.
Yeah.
They just got right back into it.
And we just carry on. But yeah, so I did college program, which is 6 months. So that was like early 2011 through the end of that. And then I stayed on as a Disney PhotoPass photographer in the characters and imaging department. And then I was in that department. I worked both the parks, all the hotels, special events. I was a lead point of contact for Mickey's Halloween party, scheduler.
Is both the parks, that's the Disney Adventure?
Yeah. So Disneyland Park and Disney's California Adventure.
Okay.
Both of them. And then we left in 2017 and came up here because I heard you were here.
Yeah.
I was like, there's this guy.
In a couple of years, we'll probably be starting a podcast. I want to be on episode 4. Yeah.
I need it.
Episode 4.
So you went first with the college program, and you guys were from just up north, right? Or
Yeah.
in high desert?
Yeah, high desert. So it's like an hour and a half-ish north of Anaheim.
There's more northeast, but
Yeah.
yeah, we were out in the boonies.
And then, so when you went down there for your college, like, where did you live?
So parts of it, because technically to be in college program, you have to be in college, which I was in like community college. So I would drive back and forth to the desert and down the hill, but I stayed with my grandparents in Costa Mesa, and then would drive from there to Disney most of the week and then go home.
And you guys were already dating at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how far after you did you move down, Christian?
Oh, I moved down there when we got married in 2013. And then I didn't start working at Disney till 2014.
So you were down there about a year before you guys got married, or?
Like 2 years, yeah.
It was kind of like a long distance kind of thing?
I was an
Okay.
annual pass holder. Well, you were too.
Yeah, but you weren't this is an adult podcast, right?
Trying to keep it
Yeah.
PG.
Well, there's two
13.
There's two clever nicknames
There's some
for people
nicknames.
who have annual passes.
Yeah.
Some people will call them pass holes.
Is they're like
some-
entitled or
yeah.
whatever.
And then, I mean,
That was the one I would use.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the most common one. The other one I heard was ass holder. So
That seems like a different thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that does
no, the
seem, that
pass
could
hole
be.
one's more punny.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
feel
would,
like you would come down
I would
frequently.
come down pretty frequently, but you also come back up to the desert a lot.
That's where
'cause
family
That's where your
was.
family was, and have big Italian dinners all the time. So
Yeah.
you can't miss those.
So
Well,
then-
but then your
I
Nana
lived
was
with my
down there
Nana.
doing her own.
Who like does laundry properly, and it was magical. And like I would put my pants in the dryer and they're too long because I'm short, and they would be like pinned up, and then they would come back like perfectly stitched because my Nana would see them, and she's like, no, we're gonna fix this.
She used to be like the head seamstress at a Macy's or
Yeah.
something.
For like 40
Holy
years.
cow.
Yeah.
You were running all the parks, and then I cut you off when you were still going on of your responsibilities. Sorry about that.
No, I think that was most of them.
Oh, okay.
Just the different roles I had. I mean, they're all in the same department, so I was always in characters and imaging, but I did lots of different things.
I guess it's kind of unique with Disney is you still get to be in all of those roles. So like when you're a lead, most of the time you get lead shifts where you're kind of like in charge of certain areas of the park, but you'll still get regular shifts just out there in the trenches.
Ugh.
So you, I guess, stay fresh. You remember everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you got all that knowledge while you were there, but you kept doing everything.
And you were telling me about this 23 club at
Club 33.
33. Okay.
Yeah. D23. That's a different thing. You got
That's
right
what
numbers, different ones.
That's
There's a
what
lot
I'm
of
mixing up.
numbers.
Yeah.
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 So what is that? Because I had never heard of that till today when you guys told me about this.
It's pretty secret. Not really. It's a members only club for Disneyland. So until just recently, it was the only place in Disneyland Park that served alcohol.
All of the alcoholics! Where you at?
And it's an insane amount of money to be a member there. And the wait list is like 10 years long.
So
Something ridiculous.
that's like a pass, like the annual,
Yeah.
but just the
So
exclusive.
you get a pass, I believe. I mean, I'm sure somebody on the internets will correct me. I believe it's for at least both parks, like both coasts. I don't know if they're international parks as well, but for sure, all the parks in the U.S., you get like discounts on merch in the parks. You get fast passes. Like every day you come to the park, they're like, here's your 14 fast passes for like whatever you want to go on.
Faster than fast.
You get exclusive.
Fast pass is just skip the cut in line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You get access to Club 33, which is in New Orleans Square, if you remember that part, like where Pirates of the Caribbean is, maybe. Okay.
Disneyland I haven't
Yeah.
been to since I was old enough to remember.
New Orleans Square, that whole section's supposed to look like New Orleans. So it's got like those classic like little
like
terraces.
Bourbon Street. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like those classic terraces with the wrought iron railing and stuff like that. In most of Disneyland, that stuff's just a facade. But in New Orleans, in Club 33, there's actually like a restaurant and a lounge and a bar up there. So
Huh.
you'll have like rich people that can just like look down upon the commoners.
That's tight.
Yeah. And so there's the lounge, which is fairly new to the Club 33, which is just a bar, and you can go in there anytime and order like appetizers and stuff. And then they have like proper dinner dining room, which is like $100 a plate on top of your like
Your
membership. You also pay to eat there. And it's gorgeous. It is stunning. So if you could go, you should go. And I don't drink, but I drank there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to get me something. I just need it because I want to say that I drank here. So then I did.
And that was your second time. And then since then, she's been faithfully going to AA. She has one of the... She has a sponsor.
She's got a coin.
I'm just
Token.
lonely and I need to talk to people.
Yeah, I've got a drinking problem or whatever we're doing here.
Yeah, what is this?
It's cheaper than a movie and there's free coffee.
Yeah. But yeah, so you get Club 33, and then in the other park in California Adventure, it's called 1901. It's in the Carthay Lounge, so there's another lounge restaurant one in the other park.
Is Club 33, is there significance to that number? Okay.
In New Orleans, like if you look at all the buildings, they have addresses on them. Club 33 is 33 on New Orleans Street.
Okay.
Carthay
You know more of
Theater-
that trivia than I do.
Carthay Theater, where 1901 is based on the actual Carthay Theater where Snow White premiered. So like the building on the street that
okay.
they like redesigned it to be in the park.
I know very little about like Disney history. When we went to Disney World, that actually was the most interesting part. I didn't retain much of the knowledge, but going through and seeing like, you know, all the plans for how he built Disneyland and World, you know, they have like a whole, like a little museum within the park there. Same at Disney Land.
So that would be like on Main Street, the Mr. Lincoln's Theater, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, has kind of that same thing. So it's got like the map of the park, like the original one, and like different
concept
little-
art for
yeah.
attractions
Yeah.
and things like that.
Did they have like scale
Maquettes.
models and stuff
Yeah.
too? Yeah, they had that. That was fun.
And then we're like halfway there. In San Francisco, they have the Walt Disney Family Museum on the Presidio. So it's really cool. Trigger warning, it's going to make you cry like a baby. Or at least I cried every time I go there. But maybe that's just me. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a cool place to go if you haven't been and you need some Disney in your life.
And that is in San Francisco. It's called the Presidio.
That's where the
Yes.
base used to be.
Yeah, so it's like under, like near the bridge.
Oh, okay. I've never even heard of that. You had some cool stories and stuff that you were going to tell, and you said some of them might make you cry. You can skip those if you want, but like I heard in Splash Mountain, there's a tennis court. Right or wrong?
Definitely not that one. Great question.
Bowling
There's
alley.
a racquetball
in
court.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, in Peter Pan's Flight, right?
Yeah. It's a basketball hoop in the Matterhorn,
That's what
which
it
is
was.
like the same thing, you know? It's the same.
It's close.
But there is one. I mean, let's see. It takes me 2 seconds, but I went up there once. It's not a full basketball court. It's just a hoop and a backboard that's like up on some rafters for staff or for cast members.
Just basically space enough to play pig or something.
Yeah. So you can just kind of hang out and play on your break and stuff.
Oh, tight.
Contraband photos. Ooh, backstage.
Are you not allowed
pictures.
to? Are you not allowed to show those?
As a cast member, you're not allowed to take pictures backstage.
Well,
so
you
I
didn't
mean,
take this picture though.
I did not take the picture. I'm in it, so I couldn't have taken it.
I'll find something on the internet. Somebody else's contraband.
I mean, I don't work there anymore, so.
oh,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll show that picture,
And
Christiana.
unfortunately, nobody in this picture works there anymore. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
But Anaheim
R.I.P.
had ordinances against buildings being so tall unless they were for a certain purpose. And it was like, oh, you can have a sports stadium that's that tall.
Ha. So it was
If it's
just
something to do with sports or something like that. So they're like, well, we have a basketball court we're going to put in there. And they're like, well, technically, you
that's
can make it that tall.
being
So.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Very, very sneaky, sir.
I like it.
Technicalities.
Sticking it to the man.
But yeah, I went on a tour with a cast member who came to our department who used to work in attractions there. So they're like,
You want to go up there?
and I was like, sure. So then we went after the park closed, and it's interesting, like a fun little safety fact. When you go up on the mountain, you have to like leave your ID in case they like start the
In case you die.
attraction or you get lost in the mountain.
Oh.
They're like, no, somebody's in there. Like, don't turn it on.
Holy
'Cause
cow.
they're in the mountain somewhere, which is fun.
So what other cool stuff?
I mean,
Exclusive stuff only you guys would know since you worked there. Aside from all the princesses hitting on Christian.
you can't stop them. You know, that's just the way it is. It was funny when we worked there because we were married before he even started. And I mean, you work with us. You know that we're not incredibly affectionate and we're not PDA people.
Like robots.
I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not while we're working.
Yeah.
It's
So
unprofessional.
he
The
started
second
working there
you guys
and
clock
like,
off.
Well, our friends knew,
yeah.
obviously. But
yeah. But like 3 years later when we left, people were like, okay, bye. And like, see you later. Like, we're leaving. And he's like, wait, you're leaving too? Why? And I was like, Pero, like, we're married though. Like
Yeah.
we go together. We're a set. And they're like, oh, what? I'm like,
yeah, it's pretty funny.
The whole time.
People that had known you for years did
yeah,
this?
people we worked with in our
That's
department
tight.
were like, I didn't know. Yeah. Our names are on the list next to each other all the time because we have the same last name. I mean, I did the Walt's apartment tour. So I went up and saw Walt Disney's apartment where he lived on Main Street. I've seen that one.
He lived in the park.
Yeah, well, he had an apartment there. So like if he got tired, he would go
Okay.
and like sleep there. But he also had a home. Like,
Yeah, okay. It's like those rich dudes who have like a loft in the city for
Yeah.
when they're in the city.
Yeah.
yeah. So he had one of those. I did the Dream Suite tour. So that's above Pirates of the Caribbean, which was going to be another one of Walt's apartment, but he passed away before they finished it. And then it was like a gallery, an art gallery for a while, and then they changed it into the Dream Suite when they did Year of a Million Dreams. So you can still win a stay there, like randomly. They'll like
They
do
still do that?
giveaways and stuff. I think so. And I know they do tours, and you can book a wedding there. Fun fact, I've seen somebody do it, but it's only like 12 people. Yeah.
So it would be COVID okay.
It's COVID
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, they're probably doing it right now.
The one thing they're allowed to do.
Is weddings here. But the Dream Suite, that one's cool. It's got lots of Kiss Goodnight is like a Disney thing. So like you leave them with like one more magical thing before they go. So like the after credit
So
scene.
they pick the
in
princess
movies.
that they thought was the cutest.
Trot out the lady.
Yeah, you have to pay extra for that.
Kiss goodnight.
But yeah,
Gaston.
it had a lot of those that you're like, oh, this room has fireworks in the ceiling or in the headboard. You flip a switch and then the fireworks go. Or like there's a cute little train that goes around the building. Or there's also fireworks in the fireplace. That's a thing. There's the bathroom. There's a bathroom in there. The Kiss Goodnight. The bathtub is like in an archway, like in a cove, and you flip the switch on, and then it's all stars. Like it's all LED, like little fiber
That's
optic
tight.
stars that go in there. It's very pretty. So I've done that one. What
So
other
it's
tours did I
basically
do?
if you imagine all the little weird details that go into things at Disney parks, the Imagineers think of all that as if the Imagineers designed your house. So they put all the weird little
Fun things.
touches that are all over the place that you're like, what's that switch do? And you turn it on, and you're like looking for something to like happen. So it's fun.
Throwback to Club 33. You're not allowed to take pictures in the bathroom there. It's like a forbidden thing.
Pretty sure it's illegal.
Yeah.
No, like you can't do a
No,
selfie
like you
in the
can't do
mirror.
selfies in the bathroom at Club 33. It's like a special
every other
thing.
bathroom in Disney, beware.
Cameras everywhere. But the faucets are like gold swans.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
It's very extra. And they had like free tampons in there. So like fun fact. And
Stock up, ladies.
like just go to Club 33, pay $20,000, get 2 free tampons. It's worth it. It's worth it. But I enjoyed this as a cast member. So if there's a cast member out there, you might also enjoy it. The molding, a lot of stuff is like used in different places at Disney. Like, oh, this was over here and now we're going to change it and put it over here. So the molding in the bathroom stall, the little like crown, it wasn't crown molding, but it was like on the wall, was like little flower pattern. And I looked at it and I knew exactly that we had the same exact thing around our computer screens at the Bippity Boppity Boutique where I worked. I was like, this is the same thing. It's just painted and it's different. And it was like the most exciting thing to me. I was like, we have the same.
You solved it.
We have the same thing. We're special. But you have to pay to go in there. And you can't take a picture of it. So I just had to tell people, I'm like, guys, I swear it's in there.
There's got to be pictures online, dude.
Never.
You need to get you should have gotten a court artist. You can't
Do a rubbing.
no video or
Do a
photos, but
rubbing
have a
of
guy
it.
who could just sketch it. Live sketch.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We're just doing portraitures in the bathroom. Don't mind us. It's fine. Yeah, so what else have I done?
Sounds like what haven't you done, basically.
Yeah, I went on most of the cool ones, the backstage things.
On your like last day.
Oh, on my last day. Yeah, so on my last day, my managers decided to do a nice thing for me. And they had asked, like, what is like the one thing that you wanted to do that you haven't gotten to do before, you go?
An ixnay on the wishing for more wishes.
And they got me a parade ride along. So in certain parades and certain floats, there's obviously a driver in the parade. And some of the spots have an extra space in them, so they can train people. So like somebody can sit next to them and also learn to drive the float. If they're not training, you can request a parade ride along. So I got to be in the Pete's Dragon float of the Main Street Electrical Parade on my last day of work. It was magical.
That's tight. Here's some Club 33
That must be the men's room.
B room photogs.
It's probably old photos. Because the new ones, the doors go all the way to the floor. Like, none of this, you can see whose shoes are in there crap. Like, it was your own room.
None of this,
It was your
you can
own.
see whose shoes are in there crap.
Yeah. Yes. You can see crap in shoes. No, that's rubbish. Whatever that is. That's rubbish.
That's not Club 33.
Not 33. These are all like.
I mean, they might be
fake.
old photos because they redid them. So that might have been what it looked like before.
Dang,
That is.
dude.
I
I feel
recognize
like
that
I'm
one.
in Skull and Bones right now. Like we're not supposed to
That's
know
Club
this even
33.
exists.
That's the lobby.
Wow,
You can take pictures
You might
outside.
get contacted.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
But no, that's not the bathroom.
I want to know this guy's story.
If this is you, write us.
Yeah. If you're one of our 80-ish listeners / viewers.
If it is you and Disney has you because you put these photos online, let us
Blink
know.
twice.
We can get help for you.
He's a prisoner, POD. Ooh, what's
Yeah.
up with this? That's just
Yeah.
a sink?
Yeah, that's the golden
Swan.
That's tight.
is very fancy. Oh, and that's their shop. So Club 33 has its own merch.
Okay.
that
So
you
it's
can
like,
buy.
so if you want to stunt, I'm surprised like hip hoppers aren't like wearing like chains that say Club 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like their own ears and jewelry.
That'd be tight. That's
is
the
cool.
next. That's the next trend. Like instead of Supreme, you've got Club 33.
That's where it's at.
Oh, dude, look at this chick.
I know, it's so naughty. naughty. That's the
Dining room.
Yeah, so that's like a wedding setup for your 12 people.
That's beautiful,
That's
though.
what they do.
Oh, and this must be that kind of wrought iron
Yeah.
balcony thingy.
So part you can go out on the balcony and look down on everyone.
Oh,
It was a good time. So put it on your bucket
cool.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someday. I mean, when I move to LA to be rich and famous.
Yeah, when you become a famous director, you can get on that.
If only this podcast would take off. Share, subscribe, like, comment,
Do the thing.
do the things.
Just do it!
Other casty things we got to do would be like attraction previews. So anytime it's like I was there when they built Cars Land and like redid all of California Adventure. So we would go and like, oh, they're doing attraction tests for racers. Like you can go on your lunch and just go on the ride and test it out.
Do they do that frequently?
Anytime they build something new.
Or refurbished.
Like every
Or
couple of years
refurbished.
kind of a
So,
thing?
like,
or
I remember we did the new Ariel's ride. There was a part in Ariel's. I think it might have opened with it. So there's a part with fish in the Kiss the Girl scene. And these fish are like spitting little waterfalls out of their mouth. Before, while it was under construction, and I don't remember if it opened with it or not, or if it was just during the previews. But the fish, so it's like a little clear plastic spout that goes up and down and looks like water, right? Before they put the waterfall bit on, it was just like a shaft with a ball on the end. It looked very inappropriate.
yeah, it sounds inappropriate.
And then they put the little water on it,
And
and then
made
it
it
was
more
okay.
inappropriate?
No, it looked fine then. It looked fine then. But I remember that one. That was an attraction preview. Racers, everything in Cars Land. What are new ones in California or in Disneyland? I don't know if they did any new ones in Disneyland.
Well, they refurb Star Tours.
Oh, Star Tours. Yeah. I get to do Star Tours Media Day. That was fun.
Star Tours.
Star Tours.
It's the one with Captain Rex,
You get it?
you know,
Dude, I
He's
didn't
like
even
that
know this was a
little-
thing either.
that little
I'm
like,
so out of
robot.
the loop.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like one of those.
Captain Rex, like this, is this a Clone Wars?
No. He was named after this guy. I'm pretty sure. He's like
Oh.
a funny little droid who was just trying to, or he was like he became the pilot of your shuttle. You're like supposed to be going to Endor, but then you like get attacked by the Empire, and you have to like. It's one of those ones where you're like in a big room, and the whole room's on a gimbal, so it can kind of shift back and forth, and you wear 3D glasses, and you can like the screen makes it feel like you're going farther back and forth and stuff. I can't believe you've never been on that.
No, dude. Like I said,
Look it up.
Yeah. What did you say it's called?
Star Tours.
I went to Disney World, and that was like 6 years ago. And, so I was an adult, so I wasn't like, oh, whoa. I was like, oh, that's neat. I wish I would have come here when I was a kid. But
Yeah. So they redid it with like the new trilogy. So they added more planets and they added more adventures to it. So they had a media day where they're like, okay, cast members, like come.
And BB-8, I hope.
And
'cause
do.
BB-8 is fire.
I think he's in some of the videos, the adventures. They're like, come and like dress up, and then you can be in the background when like the news, like, oh, we're KTLA, we're at Disneyland today on the new Star Tours ride, and then like it shows a shot of everybody in the little pod, and it's just a bunch of cast members in the background behind the.
When you said dress up, you mean like cosplay, like?
No, I mean no, you don't wear costumes to Disneyland. But I like Star Tours shirts, Star Wars shirts, ears, hats, things like that.
Swagged out.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you would get to go on
So
it
it's
and be like,
members.
whee!
It's cast members in their civvies.
Yeah,
Right
In
here.
their civvies.
Yes.
Now you're speaking my
in their
language,
plain
dude.
clothes.
I remember something kind of like this at Disney World. I do remember like a C-3PO type unit going, meh, meh, meh. Welcome. Make sure you keep your arms in the thing or else you're going to get killed by the bad guys or
Yep,
whatever
that's
they
it.
say to scare kids.
That's the one. Yeah, so I did that one. We did a technology test for
Petty.
for the parks, and we did it on Star Tours after the park closed one day, and I wanted to die. So the technology test, like, you had to be on the attraction. It was for a photo thing. Anyway, so they're basically like, okay, get on this ride. We're going to try this thing and, like, ride the ride. And they're like, stay there. We need to reset. We're going to go again. I went 9 times in a row. Like, they're like, no, just stay there. We need to go again. 9 times
Yikes.
is too many times.
What she was doing, she gets sick on that ride.
They
just going once.
They had free snacks.
Well, you are paying some price, some sort of price.
They had free snacks. But yeah, that was fun. And they did it with like the lights on, so you could see like all the structures inside, which was pretty cool.
There's
That's
Captain
Captain
Rex,
Rex.
dude.
Rex.
This whack little
It was his
jabroni.
first flight, and he's still getting used to his programming. He now DJs at Oga's Cantina in Batu. I don't think you understood any of those words.
I heard Cantina.
He's now a DJ.
They took his, again, they reused pieces. So they took his robot, his droid bits, and they put him into Star Wars Land. So he's still in Star Wars Land acting, but he's a DJ now.
That's cute. He's got 3 hands. He could shred some vinyl, dude.
Exactly.
Hey guys, trying to keep these episodes around a half an hour. When I record some of these longer ones, I'm just gonna have to chop them up because I'm trying to add a little flair to it. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've seen any of the others, they're straightforward podcast. I'm adding all these little animations, sound effects, things of that nature to try to make them a little more fun. I'm trying to make the podcast that I want to watch. Come along with me on that journey. We'll see you soon.